Yo, what is going on, everyone? We are back with another SnowRunner mod review, and today we're checking out the Z2 TUZ16-CP CHIRON. We chose what I am gonna say is one of the top 5 innovative mod ideas I've seen in SnowRunner so far, and we're gonna show you what it is here quick before we jump into a full review. But this flatbed can be transformed into a 1 cargo slot flatbed, and we'll shorten it up just like that, and the wheels fold up on top as kind of like a rail. Super easy to do, and now we can go ahead and unfold it, and we even have rear wheels to support that match the tread pattern of the dualies that we have from front to back. This is going to be a versatile little, I could see this almost as a logging truck, small cargo recovery vehicle, a lot of options with it. Let's fold the flatbed up, but you guys know what to do. Drop a like on the video, make sure you drop a sub on the channel. Let's jump into it. Alrighty, time to customize up the Z2 TUZ16-CP CHIRON. I saw this on Mod.io and I was actually surprised. This looks really good. We got 5 engine options. We're gonna go with the Z2. The description says, an engine block redesigned with a more modern approach to engineering. This engine offers even better acceleration and power output as well as higher durability. And it's only $1, so you can't really argue with that. But we've got balance, fine-tune, high range, and off-road. We're going to go with the off-road gearbox. Suspension, we got active, stock, and raised. We're going to go with the raised. Tires, we have 41 Z2 Heavy Tire AX. We have the 41 Z2 Heavy Tire AXD, which is just a dually variant. And this is one that comes with default. And then we have the 47 AMHS1. So I think probably we're going to go with the AMHS1. Winch, actually, you know what? I really like the dually setup here, so let's go with the dually. Winch, we're going to go with the Z2 Unlimited Winch. Engageable diff, spare wheel, of course. Snorkel, tall front facing. Frame add-ons. We got a lot of options here. We're going to take the roof rack. We got a deformed flatbed that can be transformed to reduce the loading space from 1 to 2. So this looks really, I kind of want to say like original, right? I think what we're going to do is grab this and just see how we end up and check out to see how we can transform it. We got stock wheel fenders, Hunter, heavy duty crossbar fog lights, and stock. I really enjoy the Hunter on this. Miscellaneous double tall beacons, small parking lights. Let's take those. Let's take the twin horns too. Tega rims or MHS rims. We're going to go with the MHS. We have the stock color option and then a variety of color options here. I really like this camo. And that's it. Time to pull this bad boy out and see what it can do, guys. Alrighty, so basically, we're going to take this all the way up to the nature reserve. So our mod review is just going to be taking it up there, really. And really, kind of the reason is that there's some contracts I want to start over there. And you're going to say, well, why aren't you doing the contracts here? Well, we don't have a garage over there, so it just makes more sense to try to go over here. There's not a ton to do here in the first place, so, and the logging site's over there. So now I've noticed that this when you shorten the bed, it kind of lunges up under full acceleration if you're in automatic, and the turning radius isn't fantastic. I'm assuming it's got pretty low pressure, and it just doesn't have a ton of weight in the front. You can tell it's just not maneuvering super easy. That's okay. So now what I'm gonna do is actually put the flatbed down and see if this helps it turn a little bit. You know, the one thing I noticed too, the textures on everything look incredible. So I think there needs to be a little more weight in the front, to be honest with you. But by default, this is a really light truck to begin with, so this has a lot of pep, and the rear wheels turn. That's very interesting to see. Okay, so it's not really helping steer. Let's just shorten it up so we're not dragging it. I think one of the benefits to having the, you know, what you would call an OP engine on this truck is just, you could probably put a lot of weight in this flatbed. You really have to feather the gas when you're at a dead stop to get any decent traction without jumping up. And even just feathering it, oh, we just Superman that hammer, or that sign. So I'm going to tell you why I think this is in the top 5 for innovative ideas in a mod or add-ons. Is this truck was never made to have a long wheelbase, and one of the things, in my opinion, that makes it so versatile is the fact that it's got such a short wheelbase. Now, there's going to be situations where you're like, and I've had it happen, I know you have too, where you're like, well, I really wish that we had a 2-slot, you know, I wish I could take 2 slots, I wish I did this differently, I wish I took a 2-slot trailer, you know, stuff along those lines. And the simple answer is you won't regret taking this flatbed, because it turns from a 1 to a 2 slot just by simple change, almost like operating a crane. It's just like this. And I could see this being useful. You know, they're not drive wheels, but if you ended up in a situation where you're not catching traction or something, or, you know, you're kind of high center, this switches the center of gravity a little bit. That could help quite a bit. And being able to do that on the fly with ease, it's pretty good. Gives you some options. Now, the only thing is, I just wish there was a little bit more weight in the front. And, you know, this is just my idea, but maybe make the bumper choices have an option to put some weight in the front. Because this whole hop is taking away turning radius, and depending on the situation, it may even make it really hard to keep your center of gravity if you did have cargo on the truck, I would imagine. To an extent, nothing crazy, but there's an example of a tough turning radius. Now, if you put in a low plus, it still bounces, but it seems to hold down a lot better. And also, you can see when you hit bumps too, it kind of makes it difficult, because it just, the front doesn't get the traction it needs to help you turn properly. There's a little too much bounce. And if there was an option, hear me out, where you could have this as a flatbed and then have another option that you could pull out ramps to load something onto it, you could put a telehandler. Well, maybe not, it's not wide enough for a telehandler, but if you widen this a little bit, you could. There's a couple of small vehicles you could probably fit on here. It'd be tight, but you could probably fit them on. And now you got a recovery vehicle that can also bring extra backup with it, which helps. Although this fits on a trailer pretty easy, or on a flatbed with ramps. So I'm scared to put it in high gear. And I don't think, obviously, it would bounce as much with the non-OP engine, but I just feel like anytime you're going to have substantial cargo, you're going to really need the extra power. I figured the dualies would add more weight too, honestly. Alright, we're going to back this up here before switching, because we got a little more work to do, and there's a couple other vehicles I'd like to bring over to the nature reserve. So we're just going to park this here. Overall, I think this is kind of an ingenious mod, really. I do. It brings a lot that I would have never thought would suit this. Like, this is really original, and I think that's what SnowRunner lacks in a lot of mods today. It seems like we're circling through almost the same stuff again and again, and there's not a ton of original ideas coming out. But this here is very original, so hats off for Z2 version of this. It's pretty incredible. Now, I'm going to be trying this out in different situations, and I'll probably do another follow-up review later to see where I find the bed most useful, especially being able to transform. But check it out. Tell me what you think. Comment below if you've used this mod yet and what your initial thoughts were, where you found it useful. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys. Don't forget to drop a like on the video and a sub on the channel.